Saqib joined my one-to-one mentor program from USA. He was recommended by one of my certified PMP, Fahid. First of all, when we started, he worked in a beautiful way. And then, as it happens, life gets into way, the work gets into way. He took his time, but in his even we booked the exam before a month back, but he got sick. So we rescheduled the exam and he rescheduled it in a way that he get Labor Day, Saturday, Sunday, and those days. He worked really hard in those days. And now we are here with him as a certified PMP. Sakib, first of all, congratulations on your PMP. Why don't you share your journey in your way?
So the journey is, I think, probably going to be the same as, have your rest of the students. The only difference was, I got sick when I was planning to do within a week or two, probably. And then catching up a speed again, it's really difficult to, get your momentum again and get that pace. But this is where I think you really helped me a lot to keep pinging me in the morning, in the evening. So we are in US and we used to talk to, father and mother and families over there. So I was talking less and I was getting less messages from them as compared to your messages. I was getting a lot of messages from you, in the morning and in the evening. So those were good to give me a reality check that I need to. And also my expiry days were, coming for the exam as well, probably next month. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So let's talk about the exam today. So you gave exam. Where did you give the exam?
So it's near here, the Pearson Center.
Okay, which city? I'm not familiar about your
It's yeah,
where.
yeah. So it's basically Arkansas State and Bentonville.
In Bentonville, there is one center, I guess, right?
Yes, one.
Okay, so you basically give exam there. And okay, how did you manage time? That was a very important thing, and that was the conversation I had with you while you were traveling. So how did you manage time?
So I think one of the great tip you gave was to write it down once they give you the paper. So the very first thing I did was to write it down, 230 and then 150 and remaining 70. And I was, keep on looking at the note which I have wrote. And exactly as you mentioned, keep the first 60 question in 80 minutes. So I luckily got first 15 or 20 questions one liner, probably one, or maximum it was two liner.
Hmm.
So I was, conscious. You also mentioned maybe you get a one liner in the start and then you will start getting the, lengthy questions. So I think that's what happened with me. So earlier it was normal, and then in the middle it was going like three liner or four liner as well. So
Hmm.
first 60 was in 80 minutes, and then remaining was in 70 or 75, and then the remaining. I followed that exactly.
Okay, okay. How many drag and drop question came in the exam?
One was exactly the one you shared,
In the
uh,
last night?
the risk one. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, the risk one. That was a good one. And there was two more. So total three.
okay. Total three drag and drop. Okay. And which area of the exam is most highlighted?
Um, so I think in your mocks, it was more about hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't seen the word hybrid a lot, but yeah, definitely the questions was there from hybrid as well. So I'll say it was a mixture. I haven't maybe I'm not recalling it, but there were quite a few questions from Agile for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
there was a part on the process and from a risk and stakeholder as well.
Okay, okay, okay. Considering the entire preparation, especially the last week, which was the most important mocks? Apart from the last six mocks, let's put it aside. 180 random or 60 questions you are doing. Which mocks were more relevant?
I think all were all were relevant and important in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, but the full mock one, like 180 questions, the mock that was really uh, a good one because I attempted like four. So I knew that how my body is gonna react, how I'm gonna sit on that chair for 3 to 4 hours, how last 30-40 minutes, how my mindset will, work around. So I was aware of that. So
mm,
that is why I was not panicking. I was, whole exam I was in control of
mm,
what I'm doing, how I'm managing,
mm.
work. So I was talking to one of my friend who was not aware of that, all the circumstances, and he was saying how you are saying it was easy. For him it was like, very difficult. I think this is the where difference is, Otherwise, if I now if I think about, I haven't gone through those mocks, I must have panic in that exam.
Sir,
It's
you remember the first mock of 180 you did? What score you got?
yes.
Like you were not
Yeah.
that bad, but the score was like horrible. And then we managed that time,
Yes.
and like that is very important thing, and that is very important thing to work into that way. Okay, so you already mentioned the follow up is important, and this is one
Yeah.
thing that I worked into that way. You did a very detailed RC of all those mocks. Like like you were taking 3 to 4 hours for doing RCS. How important it is for you, and how would you recommend others why RCA is important?
So I was talking to someone from, someone contacted me from the group as well yesterday. So remembering the definition or theory of these all the terms, it's, you can do that within a week, which did actually as well, watching your all the videos. The actual difference is where you start understanding the, points, how one thing is different as comparing to different, how different, a leadership style, what is difference in each leadership style. This you can only cover when you start doing the RCA. Then you start understanding the differences, the gaps,
Mm,
what is pros and cons of each step. Once
mm.
you start doing that, then you will be able to attempt more questions.
Okay, a very important question. And I ask you, like, read it multiple times. How important it is for you for your preparation was PMP booklet, that small book.
The
The
6-7 pages.
yeah, the
Yeah,
PMP
yeah. So I
the PMP
uh,
booklet that I ask you to read daily. So how important
yeah,
that?
so that was really important. And actually, I was in the end, I was writing all my notes against all those pages here and there, and just keeping my notes here. So yeah, this was now handy. I was reading it all over again and again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Saqib, for your entire journey. It was an interesting journey, and I am happy that we ended it on a positive note.
Yeah.
That was my biggest of threat, that I don't want to end at a negative note.
Yeah.
But Alhamdulillah, it ended on a positive note. I wish you best of luck for future endeavors. Do share your picture. I'll put it on